Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakadash Shalom Akim and Akwaf. Excuse me. I want to talk about the woman that sits on the beast of Revelations, and who is she, and who is that beast that she's riding on and everything. So I want to get into that right now. Talk about that for a minute. It's starting at Revelation 17. We're gonna go from start at 17:3 for real. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Them 7 heads is the French, Roman, Britain, Germany, Spain, Germania Major, and Germania Minor. And then you got the 10 heads also. Belgium, France, Greece, Germany, Spain, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, United Kingdom, and Portugal. Slovakia. Now that whore, that gray whore, that's gonna be America, is what we're gonna find out later on. And the beast with the 7 heads, like I just said, that's the EU. The EU is the 7 heads. The 10 horns is NATO. They have more now, because over time, more nations joined in. But those were the basic 10. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold, precious stones, and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations of filthiness of her fornication. Abominations and filthiness, that's definitely going to be America, what you find out later on. Because America is decked out and has everything. Everybody deals with America. Everyone. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Mystery Babylon the Great, United States of America, the mother of harlots, mother of fornications. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. Why did it say she was drunken of the blood of the saints? Because the tribes came over here on slave ships and were killed in this land. Native Americans were killed and slain on this land. And with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua, the people who died in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in this land, they were killed. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration, wondered with great love, because he never seen a woman so beautiful in his life, in this dream that he was having, which was John in Revelation. John the Revelator, Revelation. Just keep it moving. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst marvel? I will tell thee a mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which had the 7 heads and the 10 horns, which I showed you and told you who the 10 horns was and the 7 heads. The beast that thou sawest was and is not and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. Perdition means destruction. And they that dwell on earth shall wander, whose name were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. The people whose names were not written in the book of life, they're gonna be basically in love with this woman. And the people who are into the law, statutes, and commandments, it's not gonna faze them. When they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. Two of the beasts are one and the same. The first beast goes back about 200 years, which is the Roman Empire. Sorry. It fell out of power, then it came back as America and European states, which later formed NATO and the EU. The EU was established by a treaty called the Treaty of Rome some years back. But that's another subject. I can talk about that when I get my documentation on it. Revelation 17:9. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. You have to be in these scriptures to understand what's being said here. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. Mountains are governments. That's what that's symbolic to. A mountain represents government. And these are 7 different governments that this woman is sitting on. Revelation 17:10. 5 are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come, which means it hasn't came yet. And when he continued a short space, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goes into perdition. The 5 fallen kingdoms were, like I said, Greeks, Germany a Major, Germany a Minor, the French, and the Spanish. And then the 6th king came, which was the Roman Empire, and was in power at that time that this was wrote. That Roman Empire was in power when this was wrote out in Revelations. The Roman Empire was in power then. And then the beast that has not yet come was the British, because they were in power for a short time when they came into power. And the 8th kingdom ended up being America, because America came out of Great Britain. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as of yet, because, like I said, this was written at that time, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast. And these have one mind, and they shall give their power and strength unto the beast. They having one mind, meaning they were working together. The UN, the EU, and the NATO are working together till this day. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and kings, and they that are with him are called chosen and faithful. It's talking about the elect. It's going to be the chosen 12 tribes, the 12,000 out of each tribe, actually, of the 12. And the kings of the earth right now are building space stations as we speak, because they see these so-called UFOs, but they are actually the chariots of the Most High. So they building these space stations to fight against those chariots. But that's something that's much deeper than what we're talking about right now. But we're going to keep going. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are people and multitudes and nations and tongues. Because here in America, there's a lot of different nations and tongues here. A lot of different people here in America. A lot. Different nations. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. The 10 horns and NATO all hate America, and they're going to hit America with missiles later on down the line. Like here soon, actually, America is destined to be destroyed by missiles. Revelation 17:17. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And that's what's going on right now. All this truth is coming out in these scriptures all over the world. And the time is being fulfilled to where it's time for America to get that business. And it's coming. And that's all I got, But I hope that was edifying, to some of y'all who was actually paying attention. That's all what we here for. Shalom.